Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Lisa and I'm in the garage again, so you know what that means. A little bit of a tale for you. So we ended up getting some more birds that we're going to be raising for meat. And we were going, specifically looking for a certain kind. So we went to all these stores and nobody had them. They had plenty of bantam chicks, lots of laying chicks and all that. However, one store we went to, who always has a ton of chicks, had nothing. All they had was chucker partridge left, which is a game bird. And so we went back today because they said come back at about 11 or 11:30. Well, we went back there and we got there about 10:15. We ended up waiting 3 hours in line, waiting for them to open the lineup so we could buy birds. The kicker was they didn't open the line until the birds that were newly delivered were put in the brooders. And the birds that we wanted were already in the store, but they wouldn't sell them to us until they opened up the line, which is insanity to me. So a couple things I look for when we buy birds. I don't buy birds with pasty butt or severe pasty butt. And I also was a little hesitant to buy newly arrived birds that were put in the brooder and then they're going to quickly be taken out, because that's like really, I don't want to say traumatic, but that's a lot of big changes for those little birds. And they're pretty fragile at that age. So we ended up picking breeds that had already been in the store, like I said. So let me show you what we got. So a lot of these are adjusting underneath the heat and getting used to everything, but we have 23 of these melanistic mutant pheasants. So these are game birds, and we'll be raising pheasants for meat, which will be exciting, but there's a whole bunch under there. And they're teeny, teeny, tiny. As you can see, teeny, tiny. They're really, really cute and crazy. So we're just letting them get used to everything. Pheasants don't get shavings at first because they will eat the shavings and starve, basically. So we have their food, we have their water, and they're just getting used to everything. And then we'll put the shavings in once they're like a week old. So they are in this brooder. Because it'll keep them nice and warm. It's a little taller. It's a little easier to get things in and out of. We already have it covered because pheasants by day 3 will be flying out of the brooder. Over here we have 5 artisan gold and 5 Orlop bronze turkeys. And so I can't remember which is which. I have to look because that's new breeds to me. But we've got them set up in a brooder as well. They're doing really well. So we basically plan to keep all 5 of the multicolored ones. And then some of the black ones, the darker ones, they will go to a friend. We're just raising them until they get out of the brooder, they get fully feathered, and then we'll pass them on to their new home. But they're really cute. I'm glad to have turkeys. And after waiting that long, we are considering keeping a tom and a couple of hens, if that's what they turn out to be, so we can do breeding again, because it just seemed to be a bit much having to wait that long in line. So there you have it. These are all going to be freezer-bound birds, which will be meat for our family. And so we're very excited. I know the other 4 that my friend is raising will most likely be meat as well. Like I said, we may keep, if we're lucky enough to get a tom and 2 hens, we may consider keeping turkeys again, because even though I didn't want to keep them over the winter, it just seems easier to have them and hatch them when we need them versus having to go look for them all the time, because it's apparently getting to be a lot harder than it used to be and a lot more expensive, I'll tell you that much. All right, guys, well, thanks for coming along. Stay tuned on the fill the freezer year, because that's what this is going to be. Last time we did pheasants and turkeys was a few years ago, so this is definitely going to be a fill the freezer year for us. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Take care.